now, everybody! Well, you know what time it is. It's time for us to announce which game we have chosen for this year's Tabletop Showcase. Now, we thought it was fitting to honor the series of games that started many of us out on this longest road of the board gaming hobby. Now, we're turning in our bricks and our sheep and our wood, and we're rocketing into the third millennium with Catan Starfarers, back for its 20th anniversary. The riches of a vast and undiscovered universe await your exploration. You'll colonize planets for their desirable resources, establish trade routes on alien outposts, negotiate unexpected encounters with strange aliens, and you might just have to dish out some swift galactic justice to the rogue space pirates.
For many people, Catan was the game that opened up the door to modern-day board gaming. In fact, you might say it was the gateway to the hobby. No longer did rolling 2 dice mean moving a piece around a board. Instead, when you rolled dice, you might get resources that you can use to trade with friends in order to build cities and roads and settlements, all for the goal of victory points. And now the designer of this game has taken many of those same aspects and taken us into space.
Or rather, back to space. Because Catan Starfarers is a brand new release of the fan favorite standalone game, The Starfarers of Catan from 1999, which is just about impossible to find these days. But this edition isn't just a reprint, but a completely revised production with new components, boards, card design, artwork, and even a new insert to contain everything for easy setup and play.
And it's not just the production that's been overhauled, it's also the rules that have been revised. There's multiple setups. The setup is much more modular now. You can have a strategic kind of setup versus a more wild and crazy explorer variant setup. There's also been some minor tweaks kind of spread throughout the whole game. So even if you played the original, you'll want to check this out and get a sense for what some of the changes are.
And if you're like me and had never played the original Catan Starfarers, then I think this one will surprise you. I know it did for me. And if you're new to Tabletop Showcase, this is an event where we partner with a publisher to create a week's worth of content featuring a single game that my friends and I have an interest in sharing with you. Now, this is a sponsored event, but our intention is to give you so much information related to the game from enough different angles that no matter what our personal enthusiasm for the game might be, you should be able to make up your own mind about whether or not this would be of interest to you. And to help do this, we're going to bring you a new piece of content each day.
On Monday, I'm going to kick us off with a little bit of history about Catan and the impact it's had on all of us as gamers. And then I'm going to show you what's inside this big box of fun.
On Tuesday, I'll be posting a high-level overview of this edition of the game and some of the neat new things that it includes.
On Wednesday, I'll be bringing you a full tutorial teaching you exactly how to play, and you'll learn how all of it comes together to create an adventure through space for you and your friends.
And on Thursday, we'll be behind the mic talking to designer Klaus Teuber and his son Benny. We'll look at the history of the game, the inspiration of the game, and I'll be able to ask the question I've been wondering for years. How exactly do you pronounce this? Catan? Catan? Catan?
On Friday, we're going to talk strategy. We're really going to get stuck in, talk about the differences, not just between this game and its original incarnation, but also base Catan and some of the other Catan expansions that this sort of is in the same ballpark as. So we're really going to kind of approach right from setup. We're going to go through a 3-player game, and we're really going to get right into the details and the various kind of paths to victory, the different approaches that you can take, and kind of the replayability aspects of the game.
So join us for all of this coverage on each of our separate channels and also collected together at tabletopshowcase.com starting on November 11th, 2019.